Bryce Huff is truly a fascinating football player. The New York Jets' edge dominated in obvious pass rushing situations in 2022. But what exactly does his role look like for the Jets this season and beyond after they drafted McDonald in the first round? Let's take a look at the All-22 and we'll find out together. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? It's Luke here from Play Like a Jet, and we're back in the film room with another All-22 breakdown, this time looking at Bryce Huff. And there's going to be some commentary in this as well, because I really don't know exactly what Bryce Huff's role is going to be on the 2023 Jets. As you can see with this first clip that I'll have rolling right now against Buffalo, he was elite in obvious pass rushing situations on third down and late in games when the Jets had the lead. He was one of the best in the NFL. He had a 20% pressure rate, and on top of that, he had a PFF grade of 90. But I don't know if you realize just how small his role was. He only played 191 snaps last year. That's about 11 a game, and that's only 17% of the Jets' total defensive snaps. And now they've drafted McDonald, who's a guy they want to kick out to the wide 9 spot. They want him to be in pass rushing situations. Do they play both of them together? I don't know. He signed the second round tender, that's a good sign. But let's take a look at exactly what made Bryce Huff successful last year. First rep here against Buffalo, he's coming from the wide 9 position, left-hand side of the Jets defensive line. Have a look at the footwork he uses. He starts off with his arc attacking the chest of the right tackle and then uses Euro step footwork. He's going to plant the right foot, he's going to propel to the outside, and he's going to two-hand swipe. Try and defeat the hands, and we're going to pair that with a vicious rip with the right arm, and then look at his ability to bend and flatten around the quarterback, get to Josh Allen, and force a fumble that ends up winning the Jets the game. This is elite bend and ability to flatten, just like we've talked about with McDonald. Bryce Huff has it in spades. He just doesn't play the run. Like, I'm not kidding. He did not log a single solo tackle in 2023, not one. The Jets want him to be a pass rusher only, and that's what he was last season. Another really nice rep, but again, you can see the shadows on the field here against Miami. It's late in the game. Jets' obvious pass rushing situation. This is when he was best and most utilized. Again, coming from the left-hand spot here, Jets' defensive line, Huff does a great job with the exact same pass rush move. I want to show you the consistencies in his pass rush plan and his repertoire. Once again, we're going to threaten the chest of the tackle. We're going to beat him to the outside, and this time much more effective with a cross chop. Instead of the swipe, he comes over the top of the tackle's hands, swipes down, and then he can defeat him in one move and smash Kyler Thompson straight in the ribs. I like this rep a little better than the one against Buffalo because of how clean his hand usage is. The fact that he can come over, cross chop down, rather than having to go for the two-hand swipe and then rip underneath. Look, that was a great way to stack moves, but this is just extremely clean. Cross chop, bang, fantastic pressure. 20% pressure rate last year, phenomenal. Again, from the Miami game, coming from the right-hand side of your screen, have a look how he wins around the edge. You're seeing patterns of play. You're seeing how he likes to attack the quarterback. He likes to beat him outside shoulder. This time, a little more of a genuine outside rush. Didn't really threaten the chest and inside shoulder anywhere near as much. We're going to chop down on the hands. The tackle's late getting out of his stance and flatten and bend to the quarterback. And once again, get the Jets off the field on third down. That ball can't make it to Mike Gesicki, and it's because of the ticking clock caused by Bryce Huff around the edge. Fantastic get-off. That's what's so impressive about him. He's got the best get-off in the NFL. That's not me just kind of pulling something out of thin air. According to Next Gen Stats, he is the quickest defensive end to get off the ball in the whole of the National Football League. The Jets just have to find a way to get him on the field. The hope is they're going to be heading games more. So they're going to have more obvious passing situations, more passing reps. Last year, they didn't lead in a ton of games down the stretch. Bryce Huff couldn't really get going. I'm just curious with McDonald. Do they both play from a wide alignment? Do they rotate? It's going to be a fascinating balance, but you can see Bryce Huff around the edge absolutely tormented teams in 2022. And then the last rep we're going to look at is against Green Bay. I want to show you that he can beat people on the outside, and once he sets up that, that pass rush around the edge, look what it opens up, right-hand side of your screen. Counter. He comes through here so clean and so quickly. It makes it look like a screen he wins that quickly. It's not. Aaron Rodgers is just elite at getting the football out. We're going to see that this season. But Bryce Huff, first 2 steps, eat up the ground, make the tackle open his hips. He's worried about Bryce Huff's speed. He's not as good as athlete as number 47. We're going to open our hits, overpass set, bang. Bryce Huff realizes that, chops down with the right arm, he comes clean straight through the B gap, and he's in Aaron Rodgers' face. It's a great pass rushing rep, and he has a multifaceted approach to how he can get to the quarterback. I loved that. But again, the Jets need to define his role. He signed the second round tender. That's a $4.3 million deal. So I'm fascinated to see what Bryce Huff's role in this defense is in 2023. So that's a quick breakdown of Bryce Huff's game and how he was used by Robert Saleh in 2022. I'm just questioning exactly what it looks like this year. With the addition of Will McDonald, more depth, Jermaine Johnson getting more snaps, what does Bryce Huff's role look like? Will the Jets be rolling on third down with Huff and McDonald on the edges? Will they rotate? Will McDonald just have to earn those reps even more? I'm fascinated to see, but Bryce Huff definitely has a place on this Jets defensive line.